Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this Baja 4 collaborative worship service. I am Jamila Omar, and I am the Director of Lifespan Faith Development here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson, where we are this morning. We are the Baja 4, representing Unitarian Universalists across Southern Arizona. We represent Borderlands Unitarian Universalist in Amado, Sky Island Unitarian Universalist in Sierra Vista, Mountain Vista Unitarian Universalist Congregation in Northwest Tucson, and the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson, where we are calling you from this morning, all except Reverend Tina, who is quarantining down in Sierra Vista. We come together as the Baja 4 because we know we are stronger together. Let's take a look at that. Can we take a minute, tech hosts? I invite all of us to unmute our videos and take a look in your gallery view and see who all is here. We have about 92 screens, including the 2 or 3 that are calling in from the Universalist Church of Tucson. Just take a look at all of us. Aren't we lovely? Woo! We have some tech support today. Chris Tackett is at home on the east side of Tucson, and he's our Zoom host today, in addition to offering his lovely music for this service. Brian Moon and Reverend Bethany have pre-recorded some pieces for our service, and our trusty producer, Jody Bergadek, has edited some stuff for us. And today, our special guests are the presidents of the Baja 4 congregations, and they will be making a special appearance a little bit later on. We're excited to have them. This service is a new beginning in our collaboration together. It is a pivot away from our regular collaborative. This is clearly very different than what we've done before. And towards an innovative worship laboratory that we are still inventing as we go. We will offer you whatever we have from this collective on the 5th Sundays of the month. These collaborative Baja 4 services will be a space to experiment, to stretch our understandings of what worship can be. One innovation that we're using today's service, you will see a little box called the Baja 4 Elf Owl. You can see me back there in the background. And this wonderful little camera, microphone, computer robot thing is automatically controlling our cameras. So you will see us on the screen, and you will see Reverend Tina too. The power of technology today, folks. And our worship this morning, it's leaning into the themes of play, joy, and gratitude as we host a question box service in the style of a game show. I am your game show host. You are the game show audience, and guess who our game show participants are? All of our wonderful ministers and board presidents. Yes, they're in on it too. Throughout our service, our ministers and board presidents will be answering questions. We've got a few for them, but we need your help. Do you have a funny question, a serious question, a funny and serious question? Put that question in the chat or direct message Reverend Bethany or Reverend Sam or Chris, and they will get us the question, and it might appear in the service later. So that's all. Chris, now for our child slating.
We are the Baja 4, representing Unitarian Universalists across Southern Arizona. Though we come from different places, we share the common covenant of our Unitarian Universalist principles.
I bring sand from the surrounding land of Mountain Vista Unitarian Universalist congregation. May we be grounded by this earth.
I bring air from the Santa Rita Mountains, which stand tall over Borderlands Unitarian Universalist.
May we be enlivened by this air. I bring water from the Rito River, which nourishes the land and all the creatures around the Unitarian Universalist Church of Tucson. May we
May
be
we be
nourished by
nourished
this
by
water.
this water. Yeah. I bring fire, source of all creation, from Sky Island Unitarian Universalist Church, symbolizing the hot sun of our Sonoran desert. May we be inspired by this fire.
From this land and this air and these waters and this fire, we know that we are part of a great interdependent web of creation which holds us all. As Unitarian Universalists, we join together as the Baja Four to acknowledge our interdependence with one another and with our earth.
We gather as the Baja Four. We are stronger.
We're together.
In these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times, in these hard times, there will always be singing, always be singing. In these hard times.
Hi there. I'm Reverend Dr. Robin Tanner, and for the last 7 months, I've had the absolute honor of working with the leaders, staff, and ministers of the 4 congregations in the Baja 4 Collective. I was asked to help you consider what it would mean to deepen this collaboration and to expand it. And it's just been a delight, all the way from Summit, New Jersey, where I am also a minister, one of the ministers at the Beacon UU congregation. It has been a delight to bear witness. In fact, I am wearing right now a tapestry, a stole, that was created by one of our members here at Beacon. And it has adorned the shoulders of generations of ministers. It stays with this congregation. And in a way, this work of beauty reminds me of you, of the ways in which you are weaving these threads, your individual congregations together in this collaboration to create something of strength and something that is, frankly, in the time in which we find ourselves, miraculous. So in that spirit, would you join me in a moment of prayer? I invite you to center in with your body. Maybe you might close your eyes as I have just done. Maybe you find yourself fixing on an image on the screen, some portion of this stole here on my shoulders. Perhaps there's a candle somewhere where you are, a chalice where you can rest your gaze. Gracious Spirit of love and life and justice, we give thanks on this momentous and joyous occasion for the Baja 4 Collective. What's more, for the tapestry that each of you have woven together, all the ways in which you have created a work of beauty and a work of strength, something real that the generation to come may pass on. We give thanks for this tapestry of the Baja 4 Collective, the strength that it provides, the way that it can hold your congregations in the midst of the fiercest winds and harshest weather. For this tapestry and the way it is a witness, a greater sign in southern Arizona of the promise, the beauty, the strength, and the diversity that is Unitarian Universalism. And we pray, gracious Spirit of love and light and justice this day, that the weaving will continue, that the Baja 4 collective will expand this tapestry, and that for generations to come, each will be called to take up at the loom, to bring what they can, that we might create something greater than any one. So may the collaboration continue. So may the abundance that exists when we can come together bless UUCT, Sky Island, Borderlands, and Mount Vista. We pray in the affirmation that love is our source and our return. We pray in the hope that our living would be ever in greater harmony with this love. So may it be. Amen.
So here's where things get fun. Some of you might remember that old game show, The Newlywed Game.
Yeah. I see reruns.
Newlywed.
So two people who were newly married for a short time would try to answer questions about their partner and see where they matched up and where they didn't match up. We're going to play this amongst the ministers. So you have in front of you we didn't have whiteboards. We have yellow pads. I'm going to ask all four of you the same question. When I ask you to reveal, we'll do a big reveal. Hold your board up, hopefully so Owl and your camera, Bettina, can see it. And then I will call on you one by one, okay, to tell us your answer. You can only show us your answer and give us a very short tweet, not blog, about
Okay.
You know us.
About what you wrote, okay? It's not meant to be deep and in depth, just let's hear what you wrote.
Okay.
We're ready.
You ready? Reverend Tina, ready?
Almost. I see her getting ready.
Tina looks ready to me.
I forgot my whiteboard, but I have a piece of paper. Is that okay?
Yeah. You'll just need a new paper for every.
Well, I figured I could do this. Okay.
Okay, here's the first question for everybody. Okay. Of all four ministers, and just write their name, who is most likely to join the circus?
Oh my God.
Who is most likely to join the circus?
If anybody puts me.
Hold it, don't show it yet. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Are we
Okay,
counting?
ready?
Yeah.
Everybody show your answer.
Okay.
And go. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you kidding?
Reverend Matthew, who'd you
It's
write?
definitely you.
I said Samantha, but that was because I couldn't choose myself, I didn't think.
No.
Okay.
You can choose yourself.
I've already been in a circus.
Where are our
That was
referees?
another reason.
Exactly.
Reverend Tina wrote Matthew.
Now, am I backward? Should I flip my screen?
No, you're good.
We can read you, Tina.
Okay, yeah, I wrote Matthew.
We have consensus. Good job, good job. Okay, next question. If you were in the zombie apocalypse, what's the survival skills of your colleagues? What do they bring to the zombie apocalypse?
Oh,
All of them?
All of them.
jeez.
Yeah, top
Individually, collectively.
Individually.
Oh my God.
So you probably, singing is probably one of our zombie apocalypse skills.
Oh my God.
Very
Oh
useful.
gosh.
Camila, you've thought of this.
But each of us.
Yep.
Okay.
Do we do ourselves?
I think circus skills are very useful in the zombie apocalypse.
All right, well.
Mhm. Swinging from
You just
high
gave me an
ropes.
answer.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
What else is here? Who can start a campfire?
Oh my
We-
gosh.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
got mad
I
hatchet
feel
skills?
scared about what I'm writing.
I'm doing much. Jamelia, you've got good ones.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I got it.
I've got
Okay,
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna count down to 3. Finish what you got. 3, 2,
1,
1. Show them.
go.
Okay, Reverend Samantha, what do we got?
Okay, so clearly Matthew is willing to zombie. Okay, and then I think Tina is just good at death. She
Yeah,
really-
yeah.
Hospice,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
and then Bethany is a prepper.
Oh, that's true.
So she would have everything ready to go for when they came, and she would just quietly be ready.
That's true.
Okay.
That's funny because I put myself as bait because I'm pretty sure I would die first in the zombie apocalypse. Tina, I did laughter and relief, just like bringing brevity, which I think is around death. Like there's death, but like there needs to be laughter amongst
She's
that.
laughing at it.
Mhm.
Sam, negotiation, like you would negotiate with those zombies.
Do you want to kill us
Yeah.
right now?
Do you want that on your moral record? And then Matthew, I just put savviness. I feel like you would just like be able to in the moment be like, how do we make sense of this? How do we escape?
Oh.
Wow.
Reverend Tina, I see yours. What have you got?
I said that Matthew had circus skills. He probably could do great with ropes and knots. I figured Samantha, I can't even read mine because they're backwards for me. Using her brain as bait to lead them away. Bethany glaring at them until they back down. She's got a good, fierce sense of will. And all of them can sing. I'm grateful.
I remember Matthew.
I said Bethany's going to give us songs of hope.
Yeah.
Samantha's going to organize the resistance.
Yep.
No.
And Tina's absolutely got the hospice skills that we're going to. It was actually his circus. Hey, I've got circus.
All right.
Okay, next question. Get a clean sheet of paper or a clean spot on your paper. This should be a quick one. What is your personal favorite church song? Personal favorite.
Oh my gosh.
You get to pick one.
Does it have to be on our hymnals? Like, can you narrow me down?
Church songs, song we sing in church.
Okay.
Right now I'm grooving on Shakela's In These Hard Times.
That was
Just let- yeah.
Oh, that was not.
Oh, it was not?
It was one. Yeah.
Oh,
someone else.
sorry. My notes say Shakela's. My
Yes.
notes are clearly
That was
wrong.
mine.
Well, I wanted it to be Shakira.
Okay.
Just because we miss her so much and we would want to invoke her spirit here today.
You
Come
come
on,
to me
Bethany.
last, come to me
Bethany,
last,
Bethany,
come to me
Bethany.
last.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Reverend Tina, you have This Is My Song. Reverend Sam, you've got Lone Wild Bird. Reverend Matthew, Future Puente de Amor.
I started a list.
Cheater!
I did Where You
That's
Go, which I don't think we've
amazing.
done in our Baja 4 services, but that's like, I think people here call it Bethany's song.
You taught me that.
I did
song.
May Nothing Evil Cross This Door.
Because we talked about evil. at
It was the
zombies.
last song we've sung, yes.
Yeah.
And Loosen, because I've been thinking about that. And then I just said more. Like,
More.
don't make me choose a favorite. I won't.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you the next question.
Okay.
The song, if you could wish one song would go away quietly and never reappear again, one song you wish would just go away.
It needs to be anonymous answers.
Oh, like we tossed them around. That I want to have go away.
Mhm. Quietly, it would just slowly fade.
I feel scared to say the.
I need a hymnal. I mean, not because I want to say all of them, but
You just want to throw the hymnal out.
no, no.
Could we just say like sing less?
Okay,
Could like put on pause for a year?
sure.
Because I don't want to like hurt anybody's
In
feelings.
Pandora, you can do that. I'm tired of the song.
Okay.
Don't play it for me for a
Oh,
while.
I'm curious. I
I got
You
it.
could sing it for us.
Oh, God.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Oh, God. I feel really sad for this, though. I feel sad that I'm writing this, and I'm sorry. I don't really believe what I'm writing.
No one's
Probably
feeling to be
somebody's
hurt.
favorite.
This isn't an actual decision. This is a thought.
Wait, I don't even know that this is the name of the song.
It's okay.
This is what I call it.
What why don't
Tina's
you
got hers
go
up already.
first?
Tina's got hers up.
Okay.
We should show ours.
Okay, go. Here we go.
Uh-huh.
Do you need me to say it in the garden?
Forward through the ages, lean on me.
Just in the garden.
In the garden.
Chris needs to take a shot at this one and give it something.
Can we do that right now?
Oh,
Right?
I see some good stuff in the chat. Yeah.
What's in the chat?
Yeah, kumbaya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, kumbaya is a little.
Just for a
sticky.
year. Just for a year.
I just want to apologize to Jody now.
We heard a howl from Jody's in the building. We heard a howl when
Yes,
Sam
we
showed her
did.
answer.
We heard you, Jody.
I guess I just want it to be done with gusto.
Just
like
for-
if you're gonna do it, then really do it. Otherwise, it's
Let
just,
it be a dance.
Yeah,
we
sometimes
do.
like-
The tango version.
Yeah.
Let's dance to it.
Because sometimes we're like, let it be a dance we do.
Cha-cha.
May I have this dance with you? And we could amp it up.
I agree.
It's an awkward 13-year-old at
So-
the dance.
So Trisha Gerardette knows she likes you a lot, Sam, because she put that in the chat too.
Oh, Trisha, you win some, you lose some.
Next question. You have a clear piece of paper.
Yeah.
Name the topic you and the 3 other ministers disagree about the most. The topic you disagree about the most. Don't overthink it. You know. Don't act like you don't know. I see some good writing going on.
Okay.
That's about it.
Are we ready?
Do-
One
no,
second.
do we-
I have an answer, but I'm ready.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So we
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all the same thing.
Yeah.
Tina, what's yours? Read it off.
Oh, Tina,
How
go.
many Baja 4 services to have in a year?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
I wonder
A
why.
little too close to home.
I think it's how to plan a worship service, which looks
Which
like.
is related to chaos or order. And but we've leaned into it. We've learned how to let others lead and be led and follow. And I think we've found a happy way to go forward.
The gift of confusion sometimes.
You think it's a gift?
The presence
I'm on
of
the chaos
confusion
end of it, so yes.
as a gift.
All right.
Okay, new page. This question is the reverse. What do you and your fellow ministers agree about the most? Coffee, black?
Yes. I don't know how you take a coffee.
What do we agree about?
The weather in Tucson is hot. There were no, just for full disclosure, there were no fist fights at any of the worship planning meetings.
Well, we weren't
Agreements
in
were
person.
all- You know, you take what
So
you
that
can
was
get.
impossible.
You take what you can
All
get. Okay, ready?
Tina,
Reverend
you
Tina?
ready?
I'm just adding an addendum. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tina, what's yours? Read it off. We can't see
You
yours,
have to
Tina.
read it.
How much fun we have together, especially at worship planning.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you're on, Matthew.
Well, we love one another.
Wow. We do.
And for me, that's about relationship first. Like process matters much more than product. And we matter more than whatever we create.
Love it.
Okay. New page. What nickname do your colleagues have for you? You can explain these a little bit. Remember, tweet, not blog?
Okay.
I mean, I have to think of what their nickname is for me.
Oh, we could start with Tina's nickname.
We could all do Tina's.
Let's do Tina's right now.
I have no idea what it is.
I think we have a nickname for you.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
Tina.
it's-
Yeah.
What's everybody's nickname for Tina?
Here we go.
I've got one.
For you too, Tina.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Totally a you, true you. That's so sweet. What does Bethany say?
It says truly a you.
Oh, I just said death woman after today.
Oh, I think you're taking this wrong.
Okay, new page. What's your nickname for Reverend Sam?
Oh, should I play or no? Go ahead.
Ooh. Nickname for Reverend Sam, Reverend Tina.
I think there could be a few on this one. There might be variety here.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
One take Wilson.
Reverend Dr. Mama.
Oh my God.
Tina, what's yours?
Tina says one
I
take.
started out with one shot wonder, but I changed it to one take wonder. Oh, one take Wilson. Yes.
I like to do my recording.
How about Reverend Bethany? What's all your nickname?
Oh, Reverend Bethany.
Your nickname
Do
for
I do
Reverend
my own or not?
Oh no, you just take a breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's coffee here.
Okay, you ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
Spreadsheets.
Accurate. Accurate. Tina, what's yours?
Tina, what you got?
Tina, what is it?
Order.
Order and
Order and
let's see
chaos.
what's next. Yeah.
There's a reason we're on opposite
It
ends.
would say order and decorum.
And decorum. I don't know decorum.
All right, Matthew, should we do you?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
we should.
Matthew.
We've been doing foreshadowing already, so
Okay,
I know what's
I'm
coming.
ready.
Okay,
I know
ready?
what's
Wait, Tina's not ready.
Tina, let us know when you're ready.
Okay, go.
Oh, I like that monster, Sam.
No, I like it too. Yeah.
Spitting image.
It's a spitting image of
I
Reverend.
put in creative chaos monster.
Chaos.
Oh, creative chaos monster. Okay, you're not my
I like
favorite
that.
monster.
I like that.
That should be the last question. What's your favorite? No, I'm just, no. Just kidding.
No, Millie, we are stronger.
Together. Have I missed that the last 2 years? But speaking of the last 2 years, here's your next question. What have you learned the most from this pandemic and Baja 4 experience? You personally, what have you learned the most?
The silent writing.
They are thinking and writing there, deep in
Okay.
thought.
I'm ready. Ready.
Ready to, okay,
Wow,
Reverend
this
Tina's
marker
up.
is Really strong.
I was wondering about that one, yeah.
Matthew gave
Okay,
me
ready?
this.
3, 2, 1. What have you learned?
Okay.
Okay, Reverend Sam.
You don't have to know everything when you have community.
Mhm.
You don't have to know the future. You don't have to have everything. You can rely on other people.
Reverend Matthew.
You are invested in our faith.
Mhm.
I feel that.
I learned, do you want me to go?
Yep.
I learned how to bring spirituality and flow to a UU worship service, or any worship service for that matter.
Mine is both in our collaboration and widely. We keep one another alive, literally.
Yeah.
Excellent. Time for the last question. One more. Okay, the last question, and we will try to speed round this one. If you could learn and integrate and use one area of each of your colleagues' ministry, and we'll do Reverend Sam first.
Okay.
What would you use and take and learn from Reverend Sam, from her ministry? So now we get to banter.
Okay, I'll be
it-
quiet. Is that Jamila,
That is not the
was
word
that a
banter.
reference?
Well, Jody would ask, what do we see? Well, they're silently writing.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready.
One sec. I have two things.
How about you write one and say the other?
Lightning round.
Last word.
Okay, reveal. Let's see them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mine
Double
is-
meanings.
Yes.
Double meanings.
Mine is creativity. I really admire your just a radical imagination and the way that you can imagine in moments. And then the uber focus on relationship, like always bringing us back to us and what is between us.
Reverend Tina, what did you write?
I wrote her patience, compassion, and creativity.
Oh, thank you, Tina.
Okay, next question.
Matthews, right?
Well,
Oh,
the
you
energy
did.
of joy was literally both your daughter
Yeah.
and that, but also the delight
Mm.
that you have in our world, in our collaboration.
Thank you.
All right, next question. What would you learn from and want to integrate from Reverend Bethany?
Oh my God.
They're writing furiously. Ready? Okay. Show them.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's Tina's?
Tina's is
Understanding of and calm in systems. I'd have said more if I hadn't said all those words.
you love.
I love church.
You love
I
church.
do.
I might say something like church. You're like, I love church. You love the systems, you love congregational life, you love the institution, you want it to go and thrive. Like, you're brilliant at church.
And that's so good. I guess the song in the spreadsheet is you want to share it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is about the singing, but it's also about the organizing it. And I'm looking up your enthusiasm for spreadsheets. It's becoming
Wow.
infectious. Yeah, no, last time we met, I was like so excited. You're like, I'm gonna make one. I'm like, yeah, you are. Let's go.
All right. If you could learn and integrate the gifts from Reverend Tina. Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Gotta close this marker though. It's really painful.
They're all- I'm
This
afraid
is
they're
our
all
last. This.
connected.
Oh well, we have Reverend Matthew, but this is the last question. So okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to speak for the
Okay.
owl to see you.
Yeah. So
Sam and I are similar, both like on Tina. I love that you just like are so invested in your learning and you are so clear you're not done and never will be done. And I'm inspired to have that. Like it comes from a place of deep humility that I really admire in you and your being.
she's always reading a new book.
Yeah.
And if she takes on a sermon topic, she'll read more about the sermon topic and then bring us back stuff that we've never read before.
Yeah. I have always, Tina, admired how, and more so through the pandemic, how your family is a part of your ministry. And that is something I really look to in myself because of you.
Mm. Love you, Tina.
I feel like we have 1 minister left.
I don't think we do.
Is it
Sonora.
Oh, okay, Matthew.
Reverend Matthew, what is one skill, gift of his ministry you would want to integrate?
Mm-hmm.
We have a redo.
Oh. Uh-huh.
I don't have to answer this one, but I think this is the word.
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to embody your ministry in my ministry.
Well,
All right.
Is it a
Are we
drawing?
ready?
There you go.
Go.
Yeah.
Okay, speak them for us. Speak them for us.
Okay, go, you, Tina, go first.
Okay, I wrote mine before I heard what he said to me because I was, writing mine while you were writing. So mine says, well, they're more than one word. It's courage to be creative, and he's very courageous in his creativity, and how to raise boys. I need to learn more from him.
You are relentlessly playful and wonderfully ridiculous. I will never forget like this. Where he did the and banged his, and I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, and he was already joking about it and being creative and playful about it. And I love what you come up with in worship. You're always thinking, how can we bust this open, even if it creates chaos? It's wonderful.
And I wrote simplicity, and by this I mean in moments when I'm like, there's so much chaos, there's so much going on, you're like, but it's just this. It's just, and you can point to a thing that feels so real and so true, and just like make it feel like, drop my anxiety by making it feel like simple for a moment. And you bring us back to the chaos and the complexity, but there's like a drilling down that I really admire in what you give to us.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Well, thank you, ministers. We will see you again in another segment. And now for this commercial break.
Whoa, hold on. Wait 1 second. Wait, that's a pretty nebulous beginning to the story of the Baja 4. Now, when Carl Sagan says,
if you wish to make an apple pie from scratch, you must first invent the universe.
What he means is that every story, whether it's the story of how you get the ingredients and bake an apple pie, or it's the story of 4 congregations that today are celebrating 1 year of our online worship, well, it all begins with the universe. It all begins with everything, because we're made of the star stuff. We're part of all that there is. Sorry. Gotta stop us again. And of course, the Baja 4 is made up of Unitarian Universalists, and our faith tradition as the Unitarians and the Universalists, and in 1961, the merger. It's all beautiful and it's wonderful and it's our heritage, but the story of the Baja 4, well, it got started because of the people. On the weekend of January 16th and 17th in 2015, the 4 congregations came together at UUCT for a meeting to explore what mission and vision was like for each of the congregations. But during that meeting, we began to discuss what it would be like if we formed some kind of identity. Not something brand new, but something that we were claiming for our own. And that's the day, and those are the dates that I remember that the Baja 4 began. Now, things have shifted and changed over time. We have had relationships. We've shared all kinds of different programs and events, from Pulpit Palooza to picnics. And of course, we will do that once again. But the story we find ourselves in the middle of really occurred because of the pandemic. And certainly that's not anything that we would have wished for. And yet, we have begun to gain a great deal as our 4 congregations have come together. The Baja Four is made up of you and you and you and you. It's made up of our relationships. Relationships that started back in 2015, and of course, relationships that preceded that. Relationships that, yeah, sure, go back beyond that to the start of Unitarian Universalism, and absolutely, the story can go all the way back to the start of the universe. But more than that, it's where we find ourselves today. It is our relationships that we have formed in this pandemic, through this pandemic, but beyond this pandemic. And that's where the story leads us. As Neil deGrasse Tyson once said, I love the future we might invent for ourselves that I have not yet dreamt of. Beginnings, middles, and futures. That's our story, the one we are currently making here in the Baja Four.
Yay! Okay, now we're really back for real this time. Our next game show is called Taboo. Taboo. You can see the UUs on the end of this one. Although I have been informed by Tom that this is more like the game show password. So here's how we're gonna play. We have our board presidents here and board members. They will introduce themselves in just a minute. And then I'll tell you the rules of the game. Okay, so Jody is next to me. Tell us your name, your pronouns if you'd like to share, your congregation, and something your congregation has done that brings you pride.
Ooh, okay. I'm Jody. It's very odd to look at this owl-looking thing, but anyway.
just talk to Alf.
I'm Jody Burdick. I use she, her. I am president of this congregation, UUCT. And I think the thing that makes me the proudest is we just did a capital project and we raised all the money. But at the end of the day, that's not what I'm proudest of. I'm proudest of the fact that we tried. That during a pandemic, we all believed in each other enough to go out and say, hey, let's try this thing. And we tried it and we succeeded at it, which is just like the icing on the cake. But for me, it's the fact that we try. And now next to me is Tom Sawyer. Hey, Tom.
So you can make jokes here. I'm a brave fan. I'm sure some of you are saying that right now. I am the board president for Mountain Vista Unitarian Universalist Congregation. Go Northwest.
Do you have a mascot?
Yes. And I would say that our, the thing that I'm most proud of as a member of that congregation is how we navigated 5 years of diaspora as we went from building to building to building, while we found a building, while we found land, sold that land, found another building. And we finally got a home that now we can't use because of the pandemic. But through it all, I think we have stayed together and we have come out with one of the most remarkable homes that I've ever seen.
Yes.
So I'm very, very proud of that and happy to be a part of that congregation. With that, I'll turn it over to Hugh.
Hi, I'm Hugh Ryan. My task is that as the president of the board for Borderlands Unitarian. It's been very intriguing and interesting experience. I come from, or my history is in a church that's much larger. It's the dynamics of a large church are very different from those of a small church. And I think that that's been impressed on me more than I had anticipated during this time. The thing that I'm probably personally the most engaged with and proud of is the fact that we have survived 2 years of pandemic issues of all different types, and everything that we know has been altered in one way or another during this time. But our congregation has come through this without a single person missing as a consequence of this. And I think that for me, because I was on the team that kind of captured the information and monitored it as we went through. And I know there were a lot of people who thought we were pretty conservative in how we handled it, the guidelines that we made. Yet it was, I think, appropriate, and especially connected to our notion of caring for one another. I'm really pleased about that. And I look forward to experiencing some of our new learnings that we've picked up through this process as well. I'm one of those that I have to admit, I was not crazy about Zoom. On the other hand, I have to say that it has brought me closer to some people than I would have otherwise been. Particularly with the coffees, non-coffee coffees that we've had after all the services for this past year.
Thank you, Hugh.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ginger Bryan. I'm the president of Sky Island UU. Yay, Cochise County. That UU story about why does UU cross the road, with the answer being to pave the way for the chicken. I think over the past couple of years with the pandemic, that the integrity and tenacity of our small group has blossomed. And we have slowed down, paid attention to details, remained strong and healthy and optimistic. And it warms my heart every time I think about it. And this is Becky Tanner.
Hi, I'm Becky Tanner. I am the secretary of Sky Island Board and only a recent member of the church. I feel the warmth of Sky Island when they say, oh, you've been a member for 60 days. You're the secretary now. So yes, I have felt warm and welcomed and have made friends in Sierra Vista that I treasure so deeply, and it's all through the church.
Wonderful. So our board leaders all know how this game is played. Reverend Sam will be our timer. They each have a basket of cards. They're going to be very familiar words, and they are trying to get the other team to guess the word on that card without saying the card, without saying the word that's on there or anything related to that. And they can't make movements. So if it's, skydiving, they can't, look like they're skydiving. Okay. So we all feel good about how we're playing the game.
Let's hope.
Okay. We got this. And
Jody's looking at all the cards.
She can look at the cards in her basket.
Yes. I've been trying to start us off.
Because you're guessing her words.
Yes.
Okay. So in no particular order, and not because I work at UUCT, we'll let the UUCT and VAU teams start first.
Well, we're the home church. We have home field advantage.
Yeah.
We do. So, okay, this is the word. So this is an organization. So this is for you guys. And it's an organization that
you guys get to guess.
We all of our churches belong to.
Baja.
UUA! Woo! Ding, ding, ding. So now what? Do they go?
No, now this team goes.
Okay.
You want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, Tom, we got to get this word. Here we go.
Flame in a circle.
Chalice.
Chalice.
Whoa!
Whoa.
This might be easy.
Okay,
Okay,
no, Tom. I took the easy ones. I gave him the hard stuff.
Zoom. Meetings.
Church service.
Church service.
Format.
Baja 4.
Electronic.
TechNet.
Technology.
You can play at home if you want to put your words in the chat.
Computers.
impersonal.
Come on, Tommy.
I gave him the hard one.
30 seconds left, Tom. 30 seconds, you got this. Oh.
How about cameras?
Video chat.
Many cameras, many people.
Zoom.
At church and at home.
Online.
I gave you the hard one.
Oh.
Anybody get it in the chat?
Multi-platform.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was a hard.
That's why he-
That word was not in my vocabulary.
Okay. Okay, Hugh gets to give the clues this time.
I get to give a clue.
Yep, and you cannot say the word that's on your card.
And they have to answer?
Yep.
Okay.
I just want to say, Steve Butteraff got hybrid.
Our mind.
I could say anything. Y'all would do.
Pick one. Pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Okay.
Okay.
Group.
Committee.
Board.
Committee.
Board.
Bigger.
Congregation.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
very good.
Ooh, okay. See, I get the easy stuff. This is good.
Yeah, how is it that you get?
Hi, because I cheat. Okay, here we go. Well, this, I can make this easy. We are. We are.
The Baja Four.
We are.
Board members.
No, oh,
Strong. Strong
More.
together.
Very good. Look 3 times. Very good. Well
we got
done.
time for one more.
Oh, come on.
Leaders. Group.
Board. Board members.
Close. Board meeting.
Oh, board meeting. Oh, okay. All right, Tom.
Thank
Do
you.
you have an easier one?
Yes.
Poor man.
Values.
7 elements. 7
Principles.
Woo!
Yay.
One more?
Yeah, one more.
Okay.
He's
Okay. Hugh.
Okay. Here, go.
Overall.
What's-
universal.
Universalist.
Oh! Very good. Good try. We're all on the same team.
That was fun, but while we have you here, we
Oh,
have
no.
some 2 gifts of appreciation for
Oh.
all
Oh,
of
my
you.
goodness.
Thank you for your leadership in this trying time and leading our congregation. I
Yes.
know from
Thank
last year
Oh, thank you.
that the work you do is often unnoticed and you see.
Thank you.
And we appreciate it.
Beautiful.
That gives you.
So Deb, I don't have to buy you flowers for Valentine's.
Yeah, this is good. This is good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you.
Many, many thanks for the board members who are here today. And now for our next commercial break.
Hey, Stacy, have you heard? There's a new villain in town named C. Ovid. They stole the chalice from UUCT and left this note.
No way! We can't let Ovid steal our chalices.
No, but what can we do?
We have to call Sonora.
Sonora, the Baja 4 mascot and top Acme gumshoe? Yes, why didn't I think of that?
Psh, Sonora, over. We need you.
An evil villain named Ovid has stolen our chalices and we need you to track them down. They left us this note. I wonder where Ovid is off to first. Look, there's a clue in this photo. One of the security cameras in the area caught it.
It looks like they've gone to Sky Island. Psh, Sonora, go stop Ovid before they steal the next chalice.
Sonora just messaged and is looking around the building. They sent these photos, but Ovid isn't there. Unfortunately, Ovid slipped through our nets and is on the run.
Wait, stop. It looks like there's another clue. Where could that be?
It looks like Borderlands.
You're right. Psh, Sonora, track him down. Oh gosh, after a thorough investigation of the building, Ovid is nowhere to be found. Ovid sure is a tricky rat.
Wait, stop. It looks like there's another clue. Where could that be?
Oh, I know that place. It's Mountain Vista. Oh man, we're so close now. Wait. Okay, Sonora just called in their report from MVUU, and Ovid has been sighted leaving the building, and they dropped a big clue.
Yes, it looks like Ovid stole the old chalice from UUCT. They must be headed back to take the new one.
You're busted, Ovid. You've brought pain and agony to all of us on this wild goose chase. You're not welcome here.
Let's get these chalices back to the congregations so we can finally have some peace. Good news, our destructive behavior policies have been effective. See, Ovid is out of covenant and we have banished them from our congregations forever.
Good work, Gumshoe. We've found our chalices and in the process brought together all 4 of our wonderful congregations.
For more adventures of Sonora and much more fun, sign up for the Lifespan Faith Development newsletter at this email.
Welcome back, everyone. We have one more round of Ask the Ministers Anything. If you put a question in the chat, we might at this point be able to get to it. But we're gonna toss some questions out for the individual ministers and let them just chew on them a little bit longer. So again, a little bit longer. A little bit longer.
Chewing constantly.
But not a lot longer.
I get it. Not a lot
Not
longer.
a lot longer.
A little bit longer for Reverend Matthew as he speaks.
Yeah.
Because he's got a lot of.
He's got a lot of hot air.
Oh.
Matthew has a lot
It is
of
pretty hot in here. It is pretty hot in here.
I bring the wind from Borderlands.
Okay. So which one of the Baja 4 services was your favorite? Which one was your favorite? Reverend Matthew.
In the bleak midwinter. In the bleak midwinter was a stretch for us. But it was just so beautiful how we allowed music to lead meditation. And I go back to it.
Reverend Tina, did you have a favorite?
Come back to her.
Yeah, come back to me. There's so many.
Reverend Sam, did you have a favorite?
I don't have favorite services. I have these little creative chunks we did. Like, I love Tina's meditation at Thanksgiving. I love the God is no noun meditation we did. I love the service on, of course, it's the service I did, multilingualism, where we did that prayer where all the words about God got folded on top of each other until they were this epic word. So I like the TV we produced, Jody, and the pieces we created together.
Yeah, mine is a piece too. I think of Light One Candle. What is it? Light One Candle? Yeah, the Light One Candle we did for Hanukkah in 2021. It was just like seeing all of us on screen together, plus like extras that we convinced to, our partners and things, to do it together and all dancing. I just like, that was a moment that I think we did really well, and it just embodied us, I think, that moment. Tina, back to you.
Yes, I love Light One Candle. And we've used it so much, people in my church wonder, is it for Hanukkah? What's it for? But the other thing I really loved was the sermon Bethany did about, no, was it Bethany? Who was it who used being in the floodplain? Was that you, Samantha? Right. And then Bethany expanded it, which I loved. I really loved that whole image of the floodplain. It was really helpful. And I think, yeah, and I keep going back to Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker's story, because it's also about our structure of racism. But anyway, thank you.
This is for anybody that wants to take it up or has an answer for it. Is there one that you want to go back and redo or remove from our catalog entirely? No, we rock, we're awesome.
No. I can't.
I was really, I felt like we were given, way in the beginning, we had to do little bits and we couldn't go too long. And really early on, we were asked, what's one thing we would give up? And I thought my answer was really kind of nerdy and long, but it has changed who I am. It was giving up original sin. And I keep coming back to that. So I might redo it, but it's taken over my life.
You're right. We used to try to get all 4 ministers into every service because at the beginning of the pandemic, we thought that was better for our congregants. You wanted to see your ministers every Sunday, but then over time, we just got comfortable with the belief that all of us are in some way ministers to you, and that seeing more of Matthew, letting Tina go deeper on something, letting Bethany go longer on something was actually more beneficial than just getting little snippets of each of us.
We've learned so much. I don't know that we would remove something from the catalog, but it would be really fascinating to return to some of those earlier things, maybe the ones without Jody, but even all that we have learned together, and the trust and the way we don't always, that we actually give each other a great deal, even if we're not on the screen. It would be interesting to return to some of those earlier pieces and see what we come up with.
Yeah.
Okay, a quick one. We're just going to run through everybody. This came out of our chat. Who has the best Zoom background or profile pic? Because I think I'm in running for that one. Zoom background or profile pic.
Of our whole team or just the ministers?
It just says, who has the best Zoom background?
Best Zoom background.
Or profile picture in Zoom. Like that little square you see when they mute themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's 2 answers for me, and one is real and one is a little sillier. Sam, I think you have the most aesthetically pleasing Zoom background, but Matthew, mine is your favorite because the door is there, and I just love that sometimes the door opens, and there's always a door. I mean, you have the trailer door and your office at BOU door, and then there's another door from like the craft room in your house.
Right.
There's a door always next to you, and it's just, I love that.
What does it mean if Matthew always has a door next to him?
That's deep. That's really...
But people might not know how much the door matters to a certain person on the team.
Well,
who is that person?
There are lovely doors, and then there is that kind of, wow, that screen door is a little used, battered, and distracting to some people who prefer to remain invisible most of the time. But edit.
Jody.
Okay.
I like Samantha's, and at one point we all had, and I hope you'll send it to me again because I've lost it. We all had the possibility of putting it up behind us. So please send it to me again.
Yeah, that somehow Samantha has captured all of our backgrounds and then runs through them occasionally.
Yeah.
Just at the last meeting.
Well, we could actually real quickly, but no, we won't.
Technological limitation of health, and also really creepy stalker behavior. So Reverend Robin, in her story prayer meditation for today, told us a story of a stole. I'm curious about each of yours, if you have one. One of your own, not one you take from somebody else, so you can't.
Turns out I do.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting? Just happen to have
I also have a stole.
here.
Tina, do you have one? Matthew, what's yours? What's
Well,
the
mine was
story?
created by a member of our congregation, Francie Ginocchio, on the occasion of my installation following the developmental ministry 6.5 years ago. Yeah, beautiful.
I bought this one right here. I bought as a celebration of coming to Mountain Vista. It's a walk through the desert. And it was something that I wanted to do in honor of being with them. So it's very special to me.
I have a stole that my supervisor gave me at my ordination. It's red. I asked for a red stole from somebody because that's the color of Pentecost and the color of ordination in the Christian tradition. And the color meaning, not Christianity, but the color meaning carries significance for me of remembering the yoke, the mantle of ministry and the power and responsibility that come with it, and to use that power responsibly. Tina, what's the story behind yours?
Well, I just happened to have it on me. All of mine have stories. I wish I had some really interesting ones with designs, but this one day, a group of ministers was invited to another minister's house, and he was retiring. And what we didn't know was his wife makes stoles. She embroiders, she weaves the front, and she paints the silk on the back. And any minister who came that day was offered a stole. Pick one. Well, we all left with 3 because there were fewer than usual and it was so hard to choose. Some of them I stumble over. I have a white one that has rainbow silk and I wear that for weddings, the inside out. But anyway, Sandy Briney, who made this, I'm so grateful for it.
And so this next question is for each of you. What is something you want to learn or a way you want to grow in 2022? Something you want to learn or a way you want to grow in 2022?
Tina goes first.
Well, you know, there's always too much for me to learn. But I want to learn more about bringing UU spirituality and flow into worship, because that's one thing I have learned thanks to my 3 colleagues and others on the worship team. And I'm still learning that spirituality can be present, you know, even if I'm not in a Christian church. I mean, it's really powerful, and I love the worship that has interwoven. And so for me, that's really important. I hope it will be useful to my church.
I want to go slowly. I don't know if this is related to our Baja 4, but I'm very a quick person. I walk quick, and having an infant is teaching me to just slow down. Just slow down. Like literally, he can't move. He can move quick, but not that quickly. But also just as we return to regather inside our congregations or continue that regathering, I want to just move slowly and intentionally, leave space for a relationship, which I've learned from you all, and breathing, which we've talked about in our production of services too, and just move slower.
By default, I'm learning to say goodbye. So a big goodbye is on the horizon here, and a big transition. And for me, the goodbye is about releasing something important to me, but also staying open to what comes without fear or hope, per se. So I'm looking at my own ministerial future without grasping for it. And I feel like that's actually a pandemic lesson, that there's a future you can't grasp. You just kind of have to be ready for. So.
Embodiment of everything you've all been sharing. I mean, embodiment of the grief of our goodbyes, embodiment of the speed at which we move, and the trust, moving at the speed of trust, one of my favorites, and the embodiment of the Spirit.
Okay, we've got time for 2 more questions. So this one, maybe keep your answers a little bit shorter.
Okay.
Where, if you can summarize, where are you finding hope these days? Where are you finding hope?
I am finding hope in play. I am, I have forgotten about the hiding. I'm finding hope there, and the invitation to play with other people, like today.
I'm finding hope in what's hard. I feel like at Mountain Vista, we've been having to lean into hard things together. And whenever our community does that, something really beautiful happens. So now I'm thinking, oh, it's hard, lean into it, because something comes when we lean into it together.
I'm finding hope in the spaces and places where I can really just trust someone or something and say that out loud. And I'm finding that actually when I just say or feel or embody trust, that hope shows up, that someone steps in to do it, or someone does the thing or says what I need, or yeah, I'm finding hope in the when I trust. Tina?
I'm finding hope in relationships, in individual people who keep showing up, in my kids and my husband and the people who put up with me, and the fact that UUs can have conflict and grow without it becoming high conflict some of the time. Relationship.
People have to know that, Tina, the moment you said that, the room that the board presidents are in just burst into
laughter. Just laughter.
Hear them in
There
the
was an
corner.
explosion about
Totally unrelated to what I said, right?
Last question. What excites you all about the Baja 4 collaboration?
Oh, I'm in. I just think this is the future of Unitarian Universalism. The future of Unitarian Universalism is not in the survival of individual institutions for their own benefit. The survival of Unitarian Universalism is based on growing a movement of people who share and care for each other so that the world is transformed. And we can only do that by thinking bigger and broader and sharing what we have. So yes, we are doing something that is the basis of the future of this movement if we believe in it.
I have a lot of excitement in this kind of like partial pivot towards lifespan faith development as something that can create that movement, as something that is like connecting not only our congregations and all the resources and skills that we have amongst us, and learning how to share those and with one another and with ourselves, but also that we might like reach into the community and find those folks that might never come to worship on a Sunday morning, but would show up for an owl class, or would show up for a world religions course or something like that, but that we might grow the spirit of Unitarian Universalism without ever needing anyone to watch a worship service. I think there's a lot of power there.
Worship for UUism.
Yeah.
Our institutions, in my experience, have not been interdependent, and yet it has been one of our core values, a so moving value for just UUs, and we're discovering it.
Well, it's sort of an amalgam of everything you've all said. To know that I have access to a team who can help me when we have families show up one by one serially in this military town. We have the Baja 4 Lifespan Faith Development Group to turn to. And also for many years, even before I knew I was UU, I've thought about the future of church. And this to me just seems an incredible way to go. Yeah. And that we have each other's backs. Even before the pandemic, you guys helped Sky Island. And, you know, I know we've been here for each other. So we are stronger together.
What a beautiful way to end. Thank you, Reverend Tina. And now we have a music break.
Once in a while, a smile will say, there's still love with you today, sharing with us what we knew long ago, and helping the bonds to always grow. Now and again, you know the words will not do. We need a sign, a smile from you. helping the bonds to always grow. Now and again, you know the words will not do. We need a smile from you. A powerful message, one smile can be a simple reminder. We all need to see. Once in a while, you got to smile. Once in a while, you got to smile. Once in a while, give us a smile.
Our closing words and chalice extinguishing, I want to invite everyone to not unmute, but unvideo.
Turn your video on.
Turn your video on. Is that what, can you say that?
Turn your videos back on. Look at your beautiful
Turn
faces.
them off. So I'm thinking.
Unvideo.
Let's unvideo ourselves.
How long has this been?
And I just invite you to take a breath with me. And as we do, know that all of us here are breathing together. We're breathing with our board presidents. We're breathing with Jamili in gratitude. We're breathing with all of you, wherever you are in this moment. Breathe in, breathe out, knowing we are together. Together within a floodplain. Together within hard times, doing hard things. Among surviving and thriving, among chaos and order, among delight and despair, among trying and among failing. Between us, there is something well beyond all of those opposites emerging from each of us, emerging from our congregations, emerging from our Baja 4, despite everything we know being challenged. Something is emerging, and it's given us strength. It's given us strength to cross that road, cross before the chickens. Cross that road playfully and joyfully in celebration. We are emerging in the floodplain among so much to be together. Spirit of life, of love, spirit that calls us. May we feel the strength of our emerging as the Baja 4, as our congregations, and as our lives, so that we might, so that we will, that we will be the transformation.
There you go. There you go.
That calls all.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen.
May it be.
Yeah.
Because we choose to be so.
Amen. Thank you all.
Thank you. And thank you.
Chris. Thank you.